Installing this cable is a massive job that spans every city and town across the state. With our select vendor, Cox Business Services, we are bringing together public and private entities that are working to move our state forward. When it's completed in 2 years, the Beacon 2.0 project will provide the state and municipal offices with greater broadband capacity at significant savings. That's of particular value in these challenging economic times. I don't think anybody knows more about the challenging economic times than our next speaker, and it's my pleasure to welcome Governor Lincoln Chafee.
Well, thank you, George, very much. It's a great pleasure to join everybody here on this beautiful morning, and it is appropriate that we're at the Community College of Rhode Island announcing an investment in infrastructure, because it's my firm belief that the smartest thing we could do to get our economy going in this state is invest in infrastructure and invest in education. And in my budget, we're certainly doing that, and hopefully it'll get through the General Assembly so that we can't have any tuition increase at CCRI, and in future years keep URI and RIC affordable and continue the investment in infrastructure. So important to our future. So thank you to our federal delegation and to all those here that work so hard to make this exciting project a reality. Thank you, George.
Thank you very much, Governor. You know, I want to cite two people from the governor's staff who really carried the water on this whole project for us. Jack Landers, the CIO for the state of Rhode Island, was really a leader in this effort, and Jamia McDonald. Both helped us make the whole project work and work closely with the governor, so we appreciate your help. Well, Lieutenant Governor was an early and enthusiastic supporter of Ocean and the many efforts that we work on. Quite simply, she gets it. For our state to succeed and remain competitive, we need affordable, high-capacity connectivity, especially in the areas of education and healthcare. And in her new role as chair of the Healthcare Reform Committee for Rhode Island, she's exemplifying that even more. Please welcome Lieutenant Governor Elizabeth Roberts.
Thank you, George. And I'm going to recognize Senator Reed and Senator Whitehouse, because we wouldn't be standing here without the Recovery Act funding. And when people have, over the last couple of years, questioned its value and its import, this is an amazing moment when we are going to expand broadband access to business, to research. I see people like Jim Padbury, a nationally and internationally recognized researcher, Women and Infants Hospital, who is here. I see my colleagues in emergency management, who are directly going to benefit in the ability to share information, something crucial at times of emergency. The governor spoke very clearly about its importance in terms of us doing things efficiently, but also benefiting our higher ed infrastructure. And Dan Egan here on behalf of the private colleges, and President Pasquale and President Carullo here on behalf of the public institutions. This is a wonderful moment, and I want to thank Mark and Cox Communications for their commitment to this public-private partnership. This is, I guess, like Thomas Edison. That's a good analogy. It's like the highway infrastructure of the 50s and 60s. It is what will help Rhode Island build its new economy. We are on our way, and these are the sorts of projects that are going to catapult us forward. I really want to recognize George for his commitment to the public resource that is broadband. It is something that everyone, both private business and our public institutions, need to benefit from. This is an exciting and memorable moment. We will look back on this day as it helps us move forward. Thank you.
Mark Scott is the Vice President of Cox Business. He has a deep understanding of just how important fiber-optic broadband is to the continued growth of our knowledge economy. It's my pleasure to welcome our partner in this project and my good friend, Mark Scott.
Thank you very much, George. It really is a pleasure to be here today. And I want to thank Senator Reed, Senator Whitehouse, Governor Chafee, Lieutenant Governor Roberts for your leadership and support to this effort. I'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge some of our Cox business partners on this project who are here with us today: George Cancel of Telenetworks, Ralph Paolo, and Jimmy Lyons of Broadband Access, whose teams will be working closely with us to construct this. I'd also like to take a minute to recognize John Wolf, our Vice President of Regulatory Affairs, and Alan Gardner, our Vice President of Network Services, who have been great partners from within themselves and their teams for us to be able to get to this point. So thank you. Finally, I'd like to thank George Loftus and his team for selecting Cox Business and having the trust. And we're proud to be part of the BTOP investment to build and invest in the Beacon 2 network, which is going to benefit the growth of Rhode Island's knowledge economy and position our state as a leader in the fields of medicine, education, and public services. More than 10 years ago, Cox began an investment in advanced full-service broadband network throughout the state of Rhode Island, making this one of the most broadband-ready states in the nation. We were the first broadband company to invest in the revitalization of the Jewelry District and in bringing high-speed internet to Quonset Business Park. Those investments then, along with the new BTOP investment and the new partnership we have with Ocean, will help our state remain in the forefront as broadband leaders. Many of Ocean's members already choose Cox for our innovative solutions and commitment to service excellence. Organizations like Care New England, Lifespan, University of Rhode Island, CCRI witness our best-in-class solutions, and now, with the Beacon 2 network, all Ocean members will be able to build on the broadband capacity they already enjoy by also connecting to this new dedicated, high-capacity fiber-optic network that promises to support a whole host of new and exciting applications we've heard about today. Together with Ocean, our organization's collective investment in the knowledge economy will make Rhode Island even more attractive for additional companies to invest and grow their businesses right here in the Knowledge District and throughout our state. And that's a win for everyone. Thank you all for joining us.